Okay, now let's go back to the lesson. Now let's go back to our lesson. No? It was interrupted due to poor internet connection. Uh, so, okay. So we have stop here. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about different informational texts. So these are the different informational texts. Okay. We have forms, description, and the keywords. Okay. Now, our first informational text is about sequence. Okay. Again, this is about sequence. Uh, Now, what sequence does is it describes the things, events in their proper order. It also tells the steps on how to do something. Yan. Say, for example, we are discussing about historic event. So the best informational text to use is sequence, as it tells about or it narrates about the happening or the arrangement of the events, no? From which came first, then second, up to the last. And also, if you are going to do some educational videos or educational or description, no? Okay, or if you want to discuss how something is done or the steps in making a project, then sequence is the best tool or best informational text to use. No? Say, for example, you are going to discuss how to cook adobo. So we are going to use the word first. No? First, you prepare all the necessary kitchen utensils. Second is to clean the meat. Next, chop some onions and garlics. Then simmer the meat with soy sauce. Then after it is simmered, we will add vinegar. Uh, then finally, which I mean, then we add the garlic and the onions. Then we put the soy sauce. Then after we put the soy sauce, we add the vinegar, and finally, the adobo is cooked. So those are the things, no, to use, or those are the words to use in sequence, no, in you when we are using the sequence form of informational text. So some other keywords are following, now, soon, and not long after. Okay. Okay. Now let us move on. Then we have the cause and effect. No? Again, the cause and effect identifies why something happened and its possible effects. Okay. And for example, we have flooding. No? Why do you think that there is a flooding or there are floodings in the different places in our barangay? Probably because the trash are not properly disposed, or probably we did not take care of the trees. It was a lot of trees are being cut down, so that's why the waters are not absorbed. Then we have flooding. Okay, so in using cause and effects, guys, we use the keywords. No, we use the keywords. Yan, so, because, since, therefore, if, and then. No? Now, this leads to reason why, as a result, or consequently may be due to effect for this reason. So those are the other words. No? I'll try to give you an example for each one. Okay. So for so we have John wants to buy a new cell phone, so he earned uh, he uh, he earns or he keeps money, no? Or he saves money. Okay. Again, John wants to buy a new cell phone, so he saves some of his allowance. For the because, no? uh, the boy is crying because uh, her pet or his pet died. The boy is crying because his pet died. Another one is the since no? uh, the flowers in the garden are beautiful since it is water daily. And for the therefore, no? uh, John studied hard every day. Therefore, he receives award at the end of the school year. And for the if then, this is a combination, no? If and then. If you are not going to study well, then you are bound to fail in your class. And with this leads to the best example for that is if you are not eating healthy foods, this will lead to a health problem. For the reason why, no, uh, flooding, improper disposal of the garbage is the reason why we have flooding. People cut down trees as a result. Uh, there is an occurrence of flash floods. If we continue to destroy nature, consequently, it will lead to natural disasters. Uh, Disasters may be due to the destruction of maybe due to the human activities that destroys the nature. Now, yan. Flooding is the effect of cutting down trees. And lastly, for this reason, no, flooding happens a lot in our country. For this reason, we should plant more trees and uh, take good care of our environment. So those are the examples on how to use these following words. All right. Description. Yan. Description, it describes a person, place, thing, event, etc. No, it includes the features, that characteristic, and or examples. Now, the keyword for this one, the description, the keyword is here. No? We have, for instance, such as, to begin with, an example, characteristic, and to illustrate. Okay, I'll try to give an example for each one. Uh, for instance, uh, the sea is calm and the wind is blowing smooth. Such as could be used as uh, vegetables are healthy to our body. Some of the vegetables such as or kaya vegetables such as carrots, potatoes, cassava tops are root crops. So yun another example. To begin with, can be used in uh, to begin with, one should have a talent in singing before he could present performances in public. Now, an example could be used as uh, we could see Sarah Geronimo as an example. Characteristics, yan. The characteristics of Sarah Geronimo as a good singer are the following. He has a nice range of voice, nice timbre, and she can use many techniques in singing. To illustrate means to describe, no? So, yeah. To illustrate her talent, we could say that she is the pop princess of the Philippines, something like that. Okay. Now, comparison and contrast. Now, this is very much the same with description. The only difference is we are describing a thing, but at the same time, we are describing it by comparing it and giving contrast. Uh, it presents similarity or the common thing between two objects, no? And the difference, no, or contrast between two or more person, places, things, and topics, etc. Now we have the keyword same as or similar, alike, as well as not only, but also instead of either or. On the other hand, different from as opposed to. So I'll give you some example. No, cats are same as their wild counterparts such as tigers and lions. Both are similar in their food, no? And cats and tigers alike has fur or body fur as a body protection. So on the contrast, we have, however, uh, lions differ from cats because lions live in the wild while cats are domesticated animals. Another example is as opposed to, no? If we are going to use it in an example, we could say lions are very wild as opposed to cats which are very tame, you know, uh, very cute. Okay, then we have the problem and solution. So the keyword for that is found here. It presents the problem and the possible solution. Now, we have already discussed that in our last lesson. The question is, the dilemma is, the puzzle is to solve this, the answer is, and one reason for that are the uh, keywords in using problem and solution form of informational text. To give an example, we could say that uh, people are devastated by floods and other natural calamities. Now, the question is it their fault? No? Can we do something about the current situation? So, that is how to use the keyword, the question is. We are asking for actions as solution. Now, persuasion would be the last one. No? Persuasion convinces a person to agree or believe on a certain issues on or stand. No? Now, the keywords are here we have surely, it is certain, therefore, consequently, convince, agree, and conclude. Again, we could give an example that I totally agree that coronavirus is very dangerous disease and we should all be careful with our actions. So those are the types of informational text. Next, we have the learning task. No? Okay? Di pa tayo dito. Learning task number 2. Identify what type of informational text is used in each statement. Now, you are going to select your answer from the given choices below. Write only the answers of the correct, write only the letters of the correct answers in your notebook. Number 1, A, description. Number 2, problems and letter B, problems and solutions. Letter C, comparison and contrast. Letter D, cause and effect. Letter E, sequence. While letter F, persuasion. For question number 1, in planting flower seeds, get a pot and place a soil in it. Then, put the flowers seed in it and water it regularly and expose it up into appropriate amount of sunlight. What kind of informational text is that? The choices are given above. Question number 2. Many pupils got sick due to the constantly changing weather. To solve this concern, the local health official had checked the vital signs of the pupils. They also distributed medicines and vitamins. Again, what kind of informational text is that? And the choices are given in the box above. Number 3, we must act now. We have to save our environment, plant trees, conserve energy and water. We can do something, save Mother Earth. Now, what kind of informational text is that? Is it a description, problem and solution, comparison and contrast, cause and effect, sequence, or persuasion? Now, number 4, Taal is considered as the world's smallest volcano. It is also one of the most active volcanoes in the country. It is known as volcano situated at the center of the Taal Lake. Now, what kind of informational text is that? Okay, for number 5, due to heavy rains, street becomes flooded. Now, what kind of informational text is that? The choices are given in the box above. And for the last number, we have Lukban and Tagaytay are both famous for their cold weather. Due to the cold weather, the locals became successful in doing different agricultural activities. Lukban is located in Quezon province while Tagaytay is in the Cavite province. Okay. What kind of informational text is that? For our last activity, do this in your notebook. No? Complete the paragraph below. Select your answers from the given choices. The given choices are details, informational, and sequence. Blank text presents factual informations or the blank about places, about persons, places, events, and topics. This text may be used in presenting blank description, comparison, and contrast, problem and solution, cause and effect, and persuasion. So good luck in answering all of the performance tasks. Again, if you have questions, you may ask me in our at our group chat. Okay, I'll be happy to answer all of your questions. And for guidance on your performance tasks, you may seek help from persons who can help you in your lessons, such as your mom, your dad, your older sister, or your brother. So that's it for today. Have a great day, and let us continue to learn. Never stop learning. Have a good day. Again, this is your teacher, Carlos, signing off.